Once upon a time, there was a young woman named Emma who had always dreamed of making it big. She was a hard worker, with a heart full of hope and a head full of big ideas. Emma spent countless hours reading about the rags to riches stories of successful entrepreneurs, inspired by their determination and perseverance. But as Emma grew older, she began to see a darker side to the world of business. She watched as certain individuals rose to the top, seemingly overnight, with riches beyond her wildest dreams. And yet, Emma couldn't help but feel a twinge of bitterness at the thought of these people jetting around the world in their private planes, their salaries totaling in the hundreds of millions. It just didn't seem fair. As she delved deeper into the world of finance, Emma began to hear whispers about private equity. She had heard of the term before, of course, but she had never really understood what it meant. And so, with a heart full of curiosity and a burning desire to succeed, Emma began to research. What she discovered shocked her. Behind the glitz and glamour of private equity lay a world of secrets and specialization, a world that few outsiders ever had the chance to see. Emma began to realize that the attitudes of bitterness and resentment towards private equity were formed from a place of ignorance, that most people didn't truly understand what went on behind the scenes. Determined to uncover the truth, Emma plunged headfirst into the world of private equity. She met with founders and investors, explored the risks and rewards, and uncovered the secrets of the trade. And now, Emma wants to share her journey with you. In this book, she'll take you on a backstage pass into the world of private equity. You'll learn what it is, how it works, and what it takes to succeed in this mysterious financial field. So come along with Emma on her journey and discover the truth about private equity. Who knows? You might just find the inspiration you need to turn your own rags to riches tale into a reality. Chapter 1. Meet Sophia, a successful businesswoman who had always been intrigued by the idea of flipping properties. She watched every episode of those popular real estate shows, dreaming of one day making a profit just like the couple she saw on TV. One day, while attending a networking event, she met a private equity firm that specialized in flipping companies. Intrigued, she decided to learn more about the world of private equity. Sophia learned that the principles of flipping properties and flipping companies were similar, only the stakes were much higher in the world of private equity. She was fascinated by the idea of investing in a struggling company and helping it turn around, just like she had seen on those real estate shows. Sophia decided to invest a significant portion of her savings in a private equity firm. It was a risky move, but she was confident in the firm's expertise and potential for high returns. The firm purchased a struggling tech company that had great potential but was in dire financial straits. Sophia watched anxiously as the private equity firm worked tirelessly to turn the company around. They hired top-notch talent, implemented new processes, and even acquired another smaller company to expand the business. Sophia was thrilled when the company started to gain traction and attract new clients. After several years, the private equity firm decided it was time to sell the company. Sophia was ecstatic when she heard the news. The company had sold for triple the amount the firm had paid for it. She had made a significant profit and was thrilled that her investment had helped turn the company around. Sophia realized that private equity was not for the faint of heart. It was a high-risk, high-reward game. But she also saw the potential for making a significant profit and helping struggling companies thrive. She knew that private equity was not for everyone, but for those willing to take the risk, the rewards could be life-changing. Chapter 2. In the world of private equity, money is king. And for the partners at one of the biggest firms in the game, Blackstone, they were living like royalty. Private jets, yachts, and mansions were all just part of their lavish lifestyles. But one day, something strange happened. The senior partners at Blackstone noticed that their personal accounts were starting to look a little lighter than usual. They couldn't quite put their finger on it, but something was off. So, they decided to dig a little deeper. What they found was shocking. One of their own, a rising star in the firm, had been embezzling funds from their clients. Millions of dollars had been siphoned off to an offshore account, and the partners were none the wiser. At first, the partners were outraged. How could this happen? But then they started to question their own role in the situation. They had created a culture where money was everything. They had built an industry where partners were paid on the basis of 2 and 20, and the pressure to make deals and generate profits was intense. It was then that the partners at Blackstone made a bold decision. They would change the payment model for their entire firm. They would reduce the annual fee to 1% and decrease the profit share to 10%. But more importantly, they would tie their own personal wealth to the performance of their clients' investments. If their clients didn't make money, they wouldn't make money. It was a risky move, but it was the right thing to do. The partners at Blackstone knew that they had to take responsibility for the culture they had created. They had to put their clients first, not their own bank accounts. The change wasn't easy, and it wasn't without its detractors. But in the end, it was worth it. The partners at Blackstone started to see their clients' investments grow. And with that growth came a renewed sense of purpose. They had realized that private equity wasn't just about money. It was about making a difference in the lives of their clients, their employees, and their communities. And with that realization came a new era of private equity, one that was focused on creating value, not just wealth. Chapter 3. As you step into the exclusive private equity firm, you can feel the air of elitism surrounding you. The high-end furnishings and heavy security are just the beginning. You're here for a meeting, but you can't help but feel a bit intimidated by the massive kitchen and the fact that the founder's office is off-limits. As you're led to the partner's office, you hear hushed, serious conversations happening around you. The partner you're meeting with introduces you to their deal team. They seem like a tight-knit group, and you can tell that they've been working together for a while. The deal team explains to you how they operate. They do everything in-house, from researching potential companies to pitching the proposed deals to the founder. It's a small team, but it's agile and efficient. And everyone's income is tied to the firm's performance, so they have a lot of incentive to make smart investments. But as you're chatting with the deal team, you notice something strange. One of the analysts seems nervous, almost jittery. They keep glancing at the clock on their computer screen and fidgeting with their pen. You ask the partner about it, but they just wave it off as the analyst being new and inexperienced. But you can't shake the feeling that something is off. As the meeting comes to a close, you excuse yourself and head to the bathroom. But as you're washing your hands, you overhear a conversation in one of the stalls. It's the nervous analyst, and they're talking to someone on the phone. I know, the analyst says, sounding panicked. But I can't get the files out of the office. Security is too tight. And they're all watching me like a hawk. You freeze, realizing that the analyst is trying to steal confidential information. This could be a huge breach of security for the firm and the companies they're invested in. What will you do? Will you report the analyst and risk ruining their career? Or will you stay quiet and hope that nothing bad happens? As you leave the bathroom, you know that you're now caught up in the high-stakes world of private equity, where every decision can make or break billions of dollars. Chapter 4. As a newly minted associate in a top-tier private equity firm, you feel like you've won the lottery. But you soon discover that the road to success is a rocky one, with grueling hours and intense pressure. You're given your first big project, turning around a struggling supermarket chain called Food Mart. Your job is to research every aspect of the business, from its finances to its marketing strategy. You work long hours, poring over hundreds of pages of reports and analyzing data until you know the sector inside and out. You and your team develop a strategy to transform Food Mart into a market leader. After months of hard work and analysis, your team gets the go-ahead to negotiate a deal with the founder of Food Mart. But the real work is just beginning. You spend the next 18 months restructuring the company, rebranding it as Farm Fresh, and turning it into an upscale, service-focused brand that specializes in fresh, organic produce. Despite the long hours and countless challenges, you and your team succeed. Stocks rise by 30% and the firm triples its investment. You've proven yourself in the cutthroat world of private equity, and you're in line for a huge bonus. But success comes at a price. The pressure to perform is unrelenting, and the competition is fierce. As you celebrate your triumph, You realize that you'll have to keep working long hours and taking on tough challenges if you want to stay on top in the world of private equity. But for now, you revel in your success and the respect it brings. Summary: the sun sets on another day of hard work in the world of private equity. As you step out of the office building and take a deep breath of fresh air, you can't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. It's been a long, grueling day, but you and your team have made some significant progress on a new investment deal. As you walk down the street, you can't help but think about the gravity of your work. Millions of people are counting on you to make the right decisions with their investments. It's not just about making a profit, it's about securing their financial future. But it's not just the weight of responsibility that keeps you in this business. It's the thrill of the chase. It's the satisfaction of seeing an opportunity where others see failure and transforming it into a win that benefits everyone involved. You think back to some of your past deals, the ones that were especially challenging. The ones where the odds were against you, and everyone thought you were crazy for even trying. But you knew there was potential, and you and your team worked tirelessly to turn it into a success. It's that same determination and creativity that keeps you going day after day. Sure, the long hours and personal sacrifices can be tough, but the satisfaction of knowing you've made a positive impact in people's lives is worth it. As you turn the corner and head towards your home, you can't help but smile. You may be tired, but you're also incredibly fulfilled. And you know that tomorrow, you'll be back in the office, ready to tackle the next big challenge. After all, in private equity, losing isn't an option, and neither is giving up on the satisfaction of a job well done. Now, the insights and knowledge I gained from reading 2 and 20 were phenomenal. I highly recommend it. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and if you found value in this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more great content. Trust me, you won't regret it.